you can take against a Terrorblade. Kyle, you feel the same?
I'm not so sure, man.
Ooh.
I've seen this secret already this season, and I feel like the draft is incredibly balanced. Impetus is definitely on EG to play better if they want to win, because, I mean, I guess that's pretty obvious, but Invoker Terrorblade's real scary, especially when you've got the Zai Phoenix, the YapzOr, Earth Spirit. These are two of their best heroes right now.
Do you feel like both their lineups in Game 1 and Game 2 are like high execution, fast-paced lineups that you pretty much have to get off to a good start, right?
Yes and no, because at the end, it's not that complex. It's especially this one. It's just like hit your spells, right? You land a Sunstrike on an Earth Spirit stun, they're gonna find a kill no problem. Nisha is just like he was on that Arc Ward in last game. He just kind of has to chill, farm, scale, hit some towers later on.
All right, watch out, Bulba. Coach Kyle's coming through. Hit your spells. Evil Geniuses obviously didn't hit a whole lot of their spells there. That Game 1, just a really rough laning phase with the Drow Ranger lineup. Here they've got kind of a similar situation with the Arteezy Luna, another kind of pushing core that does offer you, I think, a better cushion in that regard, right? Goes late game a little bit better, can fall back with, you know, better team fight and such. But it does offer a similar style in that we're also going to be seeing an aggro tri-lane from them once again.
Yep. I don't know how I feel about this. It's definitely better with a Luna than a Drow. You're just so much more effective early levels. But at the same time, I mean, it's good to go against the TB. You definitely want to pressure this hero, and I like what they're doing. If you're going to aggro tri-lane, you've got to do this. Cut the creep wave, and Niche is actually going to take a lot of damage on the tower if he's not careful.
Unless he eats his way through and actually wraps around, he's going to put some damage on the fly rather than the other way around, and he will be able to get to his creep wave. Let him beat it.
That could have been real risky if they had cut him off, but well played. You don't want to waste your TP, because if you were to die in that 90-second window, you've effectively lost your lane.
Right. And this is already going to be a rough lane as is, right? Even as he pops the Metamorphosis, you can see Crit is really not too scared of him. Challenging him with that big tree that he's holding on to. Nisha's already down to half health.
And more importantly, EG did a great job here. They pulled the lane back, so they'll have total control. This is going to squander Nisha's meta and give them the ability to zone these two heroes on the side. Fly doesn't ward, but instead body blocks the easy camp. This was a flawlessly played opening wave in this bottom tri-lane.
Beautiful, look at that. The Metamorphosis, it's going to wear out soon. Nisha has only picked up 1 CS so far. And in our side lane, we're probably expecting the same thing, right? Where our Phoenix is going to pick up level 3, level 4, and rotate down and try and beat this defensive tri-lane. But with the pace that EG's taking here, I'm not sure if they can afford to wait that long.
Yeah, I'm surprised, actually, that Secret stayed down here in this scenario. I would have liked to see them swap lanes, because they've already lost this lane. And even if you bring Zai down here, or YapzOr, it doesn't really matter who, they're going to be so far behind that I don't know if they can recover.
The roll in on Crit, they're going to try and deal with this Tiny, who's already at half health, but they actually turn around and just kill YapzOr almost instantly. Now, Nisha's going to try and go for the crit kill as well, but he's in trouble. Dove in, the last couple of shots, the healing salve will protect him for now, but it's all not going to be worth if he can't actually get away. Good juke. Arteezy fell for it, still going to be nuked up though, and they got the last word out as well. That's intelligence lost, 2 heroes down, even Puppey takes a lot of damage on his way out. Evil Genius is off to a roaring start here in Game 2.
3 heroes level 2 versus 3 heroes level 1. I mean, that's all there really is to say about that engagement.
It all comes down to that first wave, right?
All the first wave.
CCNC, well, there's an opening for you. Fairy Fire going to be activated here. CCNC needs one more swing, but YapzOr's not fast enough. He does have a roll. Okay, he stops the healing salve. At least he does that, but he's going to die to CCNC. The Lina will probably be forced back. Actually, no, he already had a courier coming out to him, so he's already popped a healing salve.
It's just, I really feel like, oh, bottom.
Last word's going to go off. A lot of damage already on our Terrorblade. Tossed over. Fly going to continue to get damage, as well as the tree coming out. If he keeps vision of him, Fly could get another round of intelligence here. At least kill that healing salve, in which they do. Puppey sees an opportunity to go for that squishy support. The magic missile is going to be hit with a follow-up bowl in. Now Fly won't be able to make it out.
He double taps his TP and canceled it immediately. That's such a suffer when you're a no-boot support. He's going to have to do the walk of shame all the way back to this bottom lane. But this really just emphasizes the importance of game planning from minute 0 and onwards. Because if that first wave isn't played as perfectly by EG, this whole game is different. But they're going to have a similar scenario as they did in that game against Cole, where their Luna will be able to skyrocket in net worth, and Nisha's going to be shut down.
Do you feel like this meta, this like current patch, that the laning phase is most susceptible to wild changes like this?
Yes and no. I think it's just something we don't see. Yes, but we don't really see this very often. The aggro tri-lane's kind of a lost art. And I feel like EG is the only team really doing this that I've seen at this tournament.
Well, game number 1 didn't look so good for Evil Geniuses. Game 2, much better start. As you can see, RTZ level 3, Tanisha's level 2 right now. The Earth Spirit continues to try and roam onto mid. CCNC.
Who's winning this lane as well.
Yeah, so they really need that help for the Invoker. Maybe he can get the roll in here. CCNC is caught with Cold Snap on him. He already hit the LSA onto mid 1. And CCNC is backed up. Especially during nighttime, he knows that the Earth Spirit could pop out. Even with this Invis rune, it's just purely the fact that a YapzOr Earth Spirit can roll right through the lane at any time, so he's playing very defensively.
This is a nice lane ward. 5-minute rune's about to spawn. EG gonna do a good job securing the bottom bounties, it looks like, but Nisha's running over to contest.
Nisha pops the Metamorphosis, chases away Fly. They're not going to be able to get that other bounty rune. It looks like CCNC being chased out. Tornado is going to land from mid 1. He's going to run him down underneath the tower. CCNC managed to get to the trees. He'll be okay here. Now here comes that big Metamorphosis Terrorblade who goes for the kill onto Fly. Didn't even get the bounty rune, so Fly can't even say this sacrifice was worth it if he does die. The Rolling Boulder is up now, but YapzOr is not going to pursue underneath that tower. Meanwhile, Nisha, he's left alone with none of the supports. Crit saw those 2 supports rotate away, so they're going to challenge Nisha almost immediately.
That was really well played by Nisha, though, because Arteezy was setting up for a tossback, and instead he spawns the illusion to ensure it can't happen.
Arteezy's trying to solo kill him right now, and he does have the movement speed. That's why Puppey needed to go for that body block. A tree toss, that'll be enough to finish off Nisha. Crit, now the toss back into Fly with the last word on him as well. Puppey, he's gonna die as well. This is just a slaughter. Evil Geniuses up 5-1 now.
And I love what Arteezy did. That whole first engagement where the TB was meted, Arteezy just farmed bottom. He denied 2 full waves, and they're just not overcommitting resources. Up top, as you can see, Zai under a lot of pressure.
Another round of Fire Spirits. S4 does have a bottle charge, so even if it was a bit too low, he could have bottle charged between that damage over time hits.
And this is the danger, not just if you have a Luna tri-lane, but just in Dota in general right now. You can't afford to hard lose a lane like this. Arteezy has 29 CS and 28 denies. This bottom lane is giving next to no resources for Team Secret, and they don't really have the ability to make moves in other lanes just yet. This is a Quaswex Invoker and an Earth Spirit. The damage output just isn't there unless they can land the kill right here on Luna.
CCNC trying to catch him, but he does have a history. They do have the Tornado to be able to dispel that, so CCNC almost caught, but now goes for the turnaround, tries to blow up YapzOr, doesn't quite have the damage because the LSA missed. Fly managed to get his Q onto it, but now turns on to mid 1 instead, laying a lot of good damage in. CCNC misses out on the LSA. Thought he was going right, but mid 1, jukes left instead. Now a top lane, S4, trying to get some damage onto Puppey, trying to deal with that bug at the same time. Now that the minus armor is no longer there, Puppey hiding away in the trees, but the Shikuchi AoE damage will catch him out.
Well played by EG. Just, it feels like the roles have just switched this game. They're the ones dominating lanes.
Avalanche, the toss up in the air. Now he does have the Icarus dive. They did not save any of their disables to try and stop that. Instead, trying to just blow him up as quick as possible. Fails.
Definitely looking a little scary for Secret fans. They have nice vision down bottom as well. Crit's gonna look to dive. They know Zai is not level 6 and has Icarus dive on cooldown.
They brought the find him. Zai turns around, goes for the Fire Spirits, but the Eclipse will make sure he has no chance of surviving there. Arteezy was a little bit scared. Being under tower and taking so much damage, he just wanted to get that kill as quick as possible. I think S4 canceled his TP, right? I thought the Weaver was going to go bottom.
I am not sure. He must have.
Yeah. Whoa, mid 1 actually rotates to bottom. Does manage to catch the hard 5 position silencer, so a second kill now for Team Secret.
It's a big rotation though, and it's on the lowest net worth hero for EG, and the way net worth comeback mechanics work, supports just aren't value. I'd say that whenever you make a rotation like that as a mid player, you need to get the kill to make it even close to worthwhile. So we'll get a little bit of a boost, but in the meantime, you've got CCNC getting every CS middle. Looks like...
So mid 1 did fake back here. He ran like he was going to the jungle and then pops the Ghost Walk to run back into Arteezy, but the two supports, they're wrapping around behind to help out Arteezy. They're going to be able to get the Avalanche toss up in the air. The last word is out as well. Arteezy's almost dead, but he managed to dodge the tornado, turns around, hits the nuke. Zai's going to try and chase him down, but there's no opportunity. He does not have the movement speed. Arteezy just chills out on the high ground and collects his hero bounty. Now the top lane, S4, continuing to keep up the pressure. Every single time support shows up, he puts the bugs on them, looks for the kill, pops his ultimate, and catches Puppey. Now he could just get away from the Terror Blade scot-free.
Mid lane, CCNC takes out YapzOr. 4 heroes, a kill in every lane, and all of a sudden, just like EG, they just flip the script. All of a sudden, they're the ones dominating the game. And really well played bottom by Arteezy, like suckering Secret's heroes in. They go a bit early. They wanted, Midmon really wanted to wait for Zai at level 6. He was just a quarter of a bar away, but Arteezy seemed to be out of position, so they think they can land it, but then there's Crit, there's Fly, easy turnaround, and Fly gets even smarter on that silencer.
You know what I like about this is that it feels like EG took the same sort of strategy from game 1 and just modified it to make it better, right? You have a Luna aggro Trine lane, which is better than the Juro Ranger, and you have a Weaver in a 1v1 against a Phoenix, which is obviously much better than the Mirana because of the minus armor that Phoenix naturally has. So,
all the rock misses.
We're gonna watch this kill, but as we head back into the game, we're gonna see a Zai Phoenix that is super low that will kill the nuke down. So one pick off, Phoenix just his level 6 too in that bottom lane. They find that pick off, they're going to put some pressure on that bottom lane tower. And mid one is going to have to try and alleviate that pressure as best as possible. He's going like he's always putting up the wax so he can rotate around the map faster, but it also means a whole lot of damage to be able to provide. Needs to be able to rely on that Shrine regen as well.
Trent was talking on the panel about the 3 supports of Team Secret, back into the fact that the Invoker and the TB are this far behind. Where is their damage? They need so many heroes to be able to find kills. EG here just does not have that problem. You have a phase boots, a level 6 crit to go along with the 3 EG cores that have all won their lanes.
And Evil Genius, this is like the old EG, right? Where they keep their laning phase as long as possible because they know they have the laning phase advantage, so they continue to play this aggro Trine lane. They continue to keep top, who is now, right, he's just peppering that tower with shots. So while Secret's setting at a bottom, he is getting a free tower, but Evil Geniuses are going to try and fight this one. One pops out, manages to get the EMP on a Fly. He's the first one down. They're also still trying to chase out here. The Supernova goes down. It's going to be caught by the Earth Spirit ultimate as well, so he's going to take more time. That will finish. Two supports die, but both cores of Evil Geniuses do manage to get out, and that top tower did fall to the favor of EG.
I like he's doing, but I don't like that they tried so hard to kill for those kills. Just keep CCNC mid. You know, 4 is taking a free tower is not the time to dive a tower. When Invoker is not showing, Quaswex really only gives you this counter initiation potential. Your damage output's not threatening otherwise.
Silence are going to TP in, trying to help out CCNC. Let's see what he can do. Global Silence, last word. Well, there's a lot he can do if he has that ultimate up. YapzOr will be silenced for quite some time. They tried to go for the ward. Fly wanted to place the ward, get the vision, and onto the Earth Spirit, but instead it's going to be Midwan who receives instead. Fly gets up for a few more auto attacks. CCNC is going to help there and gets a killing spree.
Plus 16 intelligence for Fly already.
Holy cow. Zai, again. I mean, you've got mobility on this. Almost chasing down on that Icarus dive. And you don't have the attack speed with the Storm Bug. So now from behind, Crit himself in a position. He knows Secret wanted to get creep wave off his tower, so that's why he's pounce.
Yep. And it's just so well played by EG. It's that combination of strong lanes, reach, and most importantly, the cores that can move. Both Lina and specifically Weaver are very good at making things happen, and they're fast. Not much time wasted in order to make these rotations. They both have bottle, so when they have map control, runes give them stay on map, but on map at almost all times. Like this is the way to play Dota in this patch.
Big modification, right? You look different to Weaver on up, right? Weaver has an impact in these regions. Mirana, it's question not you get a good arrow or a storm. Same goes with the mid lane, right? Like Templar Assassin Blink that need to keep farming. Arlena can always move around.
I really like that he went treads on as well. I think it's underrated to pick up on Lina, and it's again just a way for him to stay longer.
Roll in. and gonna catch Fly once again. The two supports trying to set up here in the spot and help out S4. Now the Tornado's gonna clip them both, so they've still be able to help YapzOr the bug and stay on their high ground.
I'd like to see Arteezy move towards the top lane. It looks like he's going to stations, but you want to see him stick in lanes as much as possible. They still have all their tier 1s alive on EG. Secret lost all 3 of theirs. There's 8K at 14 minutes. Invis room spawns bottom, but do a great job. Waiting on the Caesar with the ward steals that for CCNC, which is essentially a kill for the Lina, where you'd be able to pick that up.
Fly's going to come to bottom lane. Seems like Arteezy feels like maybe that top lane is dangerous for him or something. He's going to stick it out in jungle for a while longer. Everyone else on EG is kind of grouping up. And they do manage to spot here thanks to a sentry laid out by Fly. They're going to throw out the tree. That's not quite enough damage, but they do manage to get the swarm bugs on him. So yeah, Tornado out is going to be able to catch Fly's damage from the urn. It's not enough for a kill.
Yeah, I mean, just space for Arteezy. He's talking about how he loves chill games. This is about as chill as it gets. They try to kill him once, see the double kill. Now it seems content. He's going to sweep through the woods, stack top agent, now stack bottom. Meantime, his teammates get another kill and even more intelligence for Fly.
They just do the sweep, right? They're back and forth. This kill squad of evil geniuses making their way Radiant jungle into mid. With that mid tier 1 tower gone, it makes these rotations super easy.
And it's the combination of wave clear and heroes that can play with pace. The Weaver, look, the waves, and now you're in the position if you're defending this tower, because once Weaver goes off map, all of a sudden he's threatening middle as well. You don't know where the tinier silencer are at all times, because every on EG can kill waves in 5-10 seconds or less.
And because you've got a Terrorblade and Quaswex Invoker, it feels questionable whether or not you can actually take these team fights in the first place. Looks like they're just give up this tier 2. Nisha's going to go for the push on top lane to try and offset the tower advantage that EG has a little bit.
Man, Arteezy's so farmed. I mean, yeah, he's not shoving waves, but just picked up a Yasha in about 2.5 minutes of clearing the jungle. Feels no pressure whatsoever mid lane.
Global Silence goes down. They're trying to actually finish up this Invoker. They've already got the bugs on him. Laguna Blade will manage to take him down before CCNC falls. Puppey kick out onto Arteezy, stopping him from getting the nuke that would have stopped the TP. So instead, he hits that loosen on to YapzOr, which stops the roll.
S4 on his way top. Nisha does have TP, though, should be okay.
Yeah, it just instantly TPs, but not being able to, well, I guess he still, because he TPs to Shrine, he still makes good use of the rest of his Metamorphosis timer.
If they did lose that tier 2 bottom, that's the thing. EG, they make these plays. Yeah, they might lose a hero here and their CCNC goes down, but they're finding the trade too. And they get tier 2 bottom in the meantime. So, yeah, Secret can make these plays, but it feels like they're almost always a step or two behind because of the amount of pressure EG's always able to output on the map.
Is it time for a smoking? That's what this is looking like.
Yep. They saved the global in that last note. Sorry, they used it, but it doesn't really matter. They're so far ahead. They have Eclipse. They've got a Yules on Lina, level 12. They're ready to rock and roll, and they have great vision. They know that Secret's
Mid one's going to run into him. Cold Snap already leading out. The Avalanche is going to be dodged there, but the Gold Scepter, what a great silence in from YapzOr as well. CCNC pushed away, swap back in. He's dead. Toss up in the air onto the Invoker, but you can see the rest of Evil Geniuses, they have forfeited this fight. They're going to retreat to the right while it's going to be our Tiny, who's run down by YapzOr. What a sick roll in from him.
Yeah, that was flawlessly played by YapzOr, one of the best Earth Spirits. That was a slight miscue from EG. They took that engagement in the one area of the jungle they don't have any vision. So yeah, they know Secret's there, but with no patience, they just kind of rush headlong into two of the best counter initiators in Dota, the Earth Spirit and the Invoker. Not to mention there's Avenge, got that aggro swap on CCNC, made sure he would have died.
So this means this isn't the cleanest game we've seen, right? Evil Geniuses are getting twice now a little bit too over-aggressive, a little bit too greedy when it comes to taking these fights. They need to respect Secret and that team fighting combination they have.
The other thing is S4 was all the way top and he had TP'd there. And it's much better to make those sorts of moves when you're close enough to connect. The same way when we saw CCNC go down, his teammates were close enough to go help out. Now Arteezy, caught alone in the jungle.
He's farming by himself. So mid one just sits on top with the Ghost Walk, and Arteezy realizes, he looks at the minimap, he's like, wait, None of my allies are here.
Yep, and you can see Fly circling that area of the jungle. That's not safe. They have that great lane ward down bottom, and they have another lane ward that sees the mid area and top Radiant Ancients, but there's still easy paths for Radiant to invade and find space in their own jungle, and that's the second time EG gets caught napping in that space.
It's funny because Arteezy was like, you wanted him hit that top lane, and he said, no, I'm going to be a little bit more conservative in my farming. I'm going to play it super safe, and I'm just going to play my own jungle. Well, now he's getting too aggressive in his farming patterns.
And I blame S4 for that a little bit because he TP'd top earlier, and that's not the area of the map that Weaver wants to be playing. He wants to be down here aggressively.
Oh my goodness, that is a global silence. A lot of shot with the last word, still not enough. Mid-1, he needs to kill the bug. Kill it quickly. He's going to take a lot of damage over time, but thankfully the Quas will be able to offset. What a beautiful silence once again from YapzOr. Again, Evil Geniuses. Oh, S4 does manage to get off the time lapse. Can't get hit by that tornado. Good play by him to dodge it. But that is a global silence used, and they don't get a kill.
That's the thing, though. Because it's a Weaver, he survives, and look at all the attention he drew. 5 heroes now from Secret down bottom. The meta popped, and yeah, you lose your support, but it's space for the Luna. You want Weaver taking this hard farm, playing in the unknown areas of the map. Let Arteezy stay chill in the forest, hanging out.
Until he has his BKB, and then we can reincorporate him into these team fights. But for now, it should be S4 who's the one making these plays with this team.
Indeed, and the next play for EG is going to be the Roche. They want BKB on Lina and Luna if possible before they take a big clash, because we haven't really discussed this, but outside of the Terrorblade, who's susceptible to just dying in these fights.
The roll in. Kick out from YapzOr, managed to get the silence onto the Weaver. That's a big one. The tornado goes out. That's going to slow down a lot of damage, allowing him to be able to get the time lapse out. Fortunately, they have the magic missile, but he's getting out of range of that sentry. Has another, oh, the swap back. Good play there from Puppey, guaranteeing the kill on that core.
Well played by Secret. Once again, they're fighting around their own vision. That's critical. 3 engagements in a row now. Secret's warding, or EG's lack of warding, has allowed them to fight those fights. They'll always have the initiation advantage thanks to the reach of the Earth Spirit, the Invoker, and always, of course, the swap. And Zy Phoenix got that level 10, the GPM talent started.
Now, you were saying before the BKBs are crucial for the Luna and Lina, and I'm presuming that's because there's a lack of physical damage for Secret, right?
There's none. And I mean, yeah, sure, TP is going to hurt you, but they have so many offensive tools to deal with the illusions and threaten the Terrorblade. He can't really stand up to Alina if he just BKBs in his face and starts casting spells.
Crit's going to be caught once again, managed to get the blink back before he's touched, so a good avalanche is going to go down, tossing them together. YapzOr comes in, ensuring that this fight is over. Evil Geniuses back away.
Another great fight, and another ward that catches Crit on the high ground. I mean, it's just textbook play from Secret. When you're behind, yeah, Luna's gonna get farmed, but I love how Niche has been playing as well, where he's constantly in this top area of the map, farming a couple enemy jungle camps, heading back to his own triple, and continuously sending illusions to the top lane.
It forces somebody to head up there, right?
Exactly, and once again, S4 is top, and when S4 is top, you know that the rest of the map is relatively safe, and EG isn't able to choke you out too much.
Right. So even though the net worth lead is remaining stable for Evil Geniuses, Secret are keeping themselves in this game.
I mean, it's an Invoker Terrorblade at the end of the day, and 1-to-1, as this game progresses, the TB will become a huge issue, especially for a Luna. You get that reflection talent, and all of a sudden Arteezy can't ever really man up to Nisha TB, especially if the meta's popped.
And the core Phoenix, while it may not be able to bring a whole lot of damage to the table, these faster levels, the faster, level 3 Supernova, even the level 20 talent, like those are critically impactful for these team fights.
Ags is going to be up in about 1,000 gold for mid one as well. They're content with this, but still, EG, they have the BKB Luna now. They want to look to find a kill here, maybe a little bit of a skirmish, blow that silence, get Roche, and look to take tier 2s. You really want to start putting your foot to the gas a little bit.
So all these slip-ups from Evil Geniuses can be forgiven if they just use these BKB timings well enough to be able to start getting team fights and towers.
But the inverse is also true, where you look at Secret, if Nisha gets a BKB, how are you going to take him down if you're EG? Right. You just don't have the physical damage, nor a way to control him to prevent the Sunder. So yes, you're going to get a BKB up on Lina in just a moment, but you need to use these now, because if TB catches up and gets his own, I feel like that shifts the momentum and the team fight strength back towards Secret. There you go, 5-man smoke. Find a kill, try and get Roche.
This is why it's critical for this smoke to work out. They've smoked pop on Nisha. That's a beautiful kill. They can actually get it. The global silence goes down, turns around Sunder, but he's still taking so much magic damage. Yule Scepter tossed in the air into the LSA. They should be able to finish off the Terrorblade. Now the swap back. There goes the Supernova as well. Nisha turning and fighting, almost killing S4. Finally, the Terrorblade dies, as does the Supernova, but it is still Secret fighting. Mid one is still alive and backs away into the mid tier 2 as the damage on Evil Geniuses forces some of them away.
They lost both cores though. Both of their BKB cores just went down. I forgot to, like, the reflection, and then because CCNC was the one that ended up killing Nisha's Terrorblade, the Venge illusion of him starts killing him as well. He went from half HP to dead just from these uncontrollable, untargetable illusions.
EG, not done just yet. They're still going to maintain an offensive approach. They've done this before where they get the high ground ward. A super obvious one, right? Always going to get sentry, but it's also the first place that supports are going to run up to. They had vision, are able to get the swap back down onto the Tiny. The toss over, Vengeful Spirit's almost dead, but the silence onto S4 is going to prevent him from pursuing. So it's going to be Crit who dies here with the Tornado, while the other two are chased away by Evil Geniuses. Sunray doing a lot of damage on the fly right now. CCNC, oh, the Sunstrike on point, but no levels in the X-Sword, so not enough damage.
I'm surprised. Mid1 went all the way up for 5 points Quas. Usually when I see no one and Miracle play this, they keep it at 3, max 4. Committing really heavily to this Quas Wex build. Only 200 gold away from the Ags though, so even though Mid1's net worth is considerably lower than we are used to, if real soon his impact is going to jump up.
So the thing we should acknowledge between this Luna versus Terrorblade is that Terrorblade, if they're at a parity, right? If they're an equal net worth, the Terrorblade's just going to dominate this Luna, especially later on into the game.
Especially with the Venge.
Luna needs to beat this by having a net worth advantage.
Yes, exactly. And not just that, it's more of a map control advantage. And yeah, they got that tier 2 bottom, but this is one of the disadvantages of the Dire side. If you aren't able to control the Radiant triple camp top, there's no real way for you to force Roche, especially when you're playing against such a massive team fight from Team Secret. You can't go into a pit blindly when the Invoker Tornadoes are always a threat, when Yapzor could roll in at any moment. And that was their BKB timing.
Phoenix egg on the high ground, like, especially with the increase in range on Supernova now, you can throw that egg super defensively around the pit. Swap back in onto CCNC, activates his BKB, S4 immediately tries to target that Phoenix during this global silence. It's going to be close call, the Laguna Blade goes out, the Phoenix is almost dead, and S4 is just not able to finish it, so instead it's going to be the Supernova. S4 backs himself away. They heavily committed to be able to kill that big team fight hero.
Yep. And so not only, so the first fight they lose their BKB window, right? Now Puppey gets that ward. That's not going to give them another free kill.
They're going to be able to jump onto the Phoenix, but it's a Phoenix without Supernova, so it's really not a big kill that Crit got there, trading 2 supports for 1.
And that was without meta as well. That buys so much time for Secret. Now the meta is ready. BKB on Terrorblade up in about 800 gold, and all of a sudden, EG's window of victory seems to be shutting ever so slowly. Only a 4,000 gold lead now in Cap. I don't think this game gets any easier for them as it continues.
No, certainly not. They need a big team fight to open the window once again for them to be able to take Roche on. Meanwhile, Secret, they don't need to force Roche, right? They sit back, they continue to farm, knowing they've got this very big key timing in the BKB.
And this is so strong, though. They're smoked up. Mid-1 now with the Ag Scepter. It's so easy for them to find pickoffs, and they know there's no global. They find
S4 in the distance, and he's on the low ground, but he Shikochis, and he pops the smoke, gets away.
Tower saw them because of daytime. If that's nighttime, S4 is surely going down, but just a little bit of a misstep from Puppey, not recognizing the smoke broke when he was in that position to get scouted out. They do get a nice ward down, a little bit of control, but again, EG is the team with the pressure. They're the ones that need the Roshan. Even though Fly has 28 intelligence, I'm not certain he'll be able to devise a way to get them a critical engagement.
Well, he baits himself. That's pretty smart, but his Tornado intercepts a lot. They manage to get the Eclipse out, the swap down from Puppey, so they do manage to save Mid1's life, but the fight is still going the way of Evil Geniuses. They're going to be able to finish off that Vengeful Spirit. The Yapzor goes down as well. Puppey actually rounds the corner and gets away from RTZ. They don't try and pursue, so he TPs out successfully. What a dodge there, because they just traded support for support once again.
And this is critical as well because they preserve the Metamorphosis. Niche is playing so well, saved his Manta, saved his BKB. All they want to do is continue to prolong the game and ensure EG does not get Roshan. There's the Sunstrike, the Forge Spirit to scout out. They're playing so smart around this Rosh pit. And again, it's all about controlling this top shrine area. If EG can't find kills on this high ground, they're never going to be able to get Rosh.
The last time we saw this Luna Lina versus Terrorblade, we had an Aghanim Scepter picked up before the BKB, well before the BKB time in the Terrorblade. Here, Aghanim's still not up with our Magic Immune item acquired by the big carry of Team Secret.
He's gonna do a good job. He's got a haste rune, gonna shove out bottom, look to run towards mid, but again, like the Secret doesn't give a damn about the bottom lane. It's all about this mid area. And if they can take this tier 1, all of a sudden it becomes much easier for them to threaten the Roshan. But again, I don't think Secret's feeling any pressure right now.
Dual Scepter catching the Phoenix, gonna be able to hit that LSA. They throw everything they have, quickly blowing them up. Global Silence as well, making sure there's no Tornado to be able to intercept the damage, and they're gonna be able to catch one more. That's gonna be the Phoenix as well as the Vengeful Spirit. Already dead, instant buyback out from our Phoenix. Still has the Supernova, so Evil Geniuses do retreat. You could see Secret are putting a lot into making sure they do not give up Roshan to EG.
They do. It's a good buyback from Zai. Better to use it ASAP, because if you were not to do so, EG is just going to run immediately into the pit. They do so much damage with a Weaver and a Luna that the Rosh dies within 15 seconds or so. And again, those kills happen because EG gets control of the top Ancients. That's the area of the map. If EG can hold position on, they'll eventually find kills. Secret's always unable to play around their lack of vision. They have one ward, which is quite cute, on this bottom Ancient hill, so you see a bit of that mid-wave, but that's really all Secret has to work with.
So Evil Geniuses, you brought this up earlier. One of the dangers of these lineups is they get the map control, they start choking you out, and with that last small little skirmish, not a full team fight, but a skirmish at least.
This is dangerous, and DD being saved. They want to pick this up and threaten Roshan or a fight, but here comes Secret. They're ready to rock and roll.
Secret need to get the right initiation here. Crit on the front lines, they're gonna go for him. Swap back, that leaves S4 an opportunity. Oh no, he's actually hit by the Magic Missile, didn't get the BKB up in time. Now pops the time lapse, a nuke in from Luna. He pops that double damage and is ready to fight. He wants to be able to go in, that's why S4 is barreling in, trying to go for the backline supports, but now the Metamorphosis and a Tornado hits Fly. They look to be able to kill S4, and they manage to get the silence on him as well. A beautiful timing from YapzOr that kills another core from Evil Geniuses.
Now it's your turn. Who's got buyback on EG? Weaver does have one available, but no BKB, and you've got to be so afraid. YapzOr is hunting him with his Earth Spirit. Like, as soon as, with no BKB, Weaver's susceptible to just get stunned to death immediately. It's such a difficult game for S4.
And just like you said with EG, Secret can do Roshan super fast. That's why, as they go into the pit, S4 immediately buys back.
Yeah. It's the right decision, and I like what Secret does as well. At this point, you may consider even just giving up the Roshan because you've forced the buybacks, you've taken the good fights. What I think you have to be concerned about now is taking a fight without meta. You cannot lose your Invoker, your Phoenix, and maybe another support here and there, because it gives EG now the ability to just barrel down, take tier 2s, and get an item advantage up on their 2 cores.
So you're saying Secret basically have gotten themselves ahead and they don't need to continue to force things?
Yeah, they've done a great job stalling the game. The big closing point for EG's lineup is the Cheese Aegis. They want that second Roshan and the gold that the first one would give you primarily, but by the time they're taking these tier 2s, that little bit of a gold, oh, swap
back. They manage to catch a big one. CCNC activated his BKB, but he missed the LSA on the mid one. They throw the damage on him anyway. Do manage to get the kill. Puppey gets last worded up, so he's gonna die as well. Chased away by CCNC. You can see S4 is looking for more, trying to hunt the Earth Spirit. Unable to catch up to him though. Straight into the Roshan pit with a buyback though.
No meta
from mid one. This is the point you're talking about, Kyle. Do Secret actually intercept with meta still on cooldown for 45 seconds?
Yeah, it's tough. EG's a little afraid. They do have the BKBs up though on everyone but Lina, but he had TP'd to base, so I think they just want to back off, ensure they're all healthy and ready to rumble. But at the same time, Luna just finished a butterfly. You want to get him Aegis ASAP, and this was Invoker, if I'm not mistaken, or sorry, the Venge initiating that led to this whole engagement.
What a beautiful avalanche from Crit.
Yeah.
That's what frees up CCNC to get off EG, because he got here instantly stunned by YapzOr.
I just don't know if I can agree with that sort of maneuver. It's so risky at this stage of the game. I think Secret's doing a great job capitalizing on EG's mispositionings and over-aggression, but you don't want to make those same mistakes. And here's EG in that dominant part of the map. This is where they want to play.
Playing that high ground, as you said. Trying to get the vision advantage. Get that ward that they're always willing to go for the swap back into the stone. What's going on? Managed to get the Shivas out with the BKB activated. Arteezy's not going to try and deal with the one, the Vengeful Spirit, who put himself in a position of dying. Yapzor pursues Arteezy a little bit, but Nisha ends up trying to fight S4 instead.
Oh my gosh, they got him.
They got him. Yapzor managed to help run him down with the help of Zai. Carry dead of Evil Geniuses, and the meta popped. Secret to the Roshan.
I know he has no buyback. He just bought a butterfly. There's almost no way he's got the gold for it.
At mid one, he knows that Evil Genius is able to intercept this. They can't afford the Aegis going into the hands of EG, and that's why he's positioned himself next to Zai, trying to catch anybody that get too close.
Man, this is so well played from Secret. I love what they're doing.
Nice swaps under there. Getting Nisha back to full health. No need to risk anything.
It's all a bit of cat and mouse. It's all about finding that hero without buyback. And you can see, so aggressive, they get EG. If EG takes the fight on that high ground, they're going to win it. But Puppy, with that suicidal swap, gets Arteezy into a position where he's going to go down immediately. Look at this. And this is all mid one. He's standing outside of the range of the sentry, providing vision. There's the swap into the immediate flawless combination. Zai's going to zone. You can't go into this fight with the exposition. Yapzor continues. That does not slow. It does slow their BKB rather. Finds the stun right at Zai. Finishes the kill. Like Earth Spirit Phoenix, just such a powerful combination.
Such long range initiation between the two. And it's all because that initial damage on Arteezy, right? They don't even have to kill him necessarily. As long as they force him so he can't pop BKB and turn and fight, then that fight is just going to be cleaned up by Secret every time.
And it doesn't get any easier. TB just finished his own butterfly now with the Aegis to go with that, and he's about to hit level 20. Whether he takes 10 stats or what's more likely, the minus 10-second reflection cooldown, all of a sudden playing Luna becomes near impossible.
Well, that's an awkward one. That'll be a BKB charge down.
That was a Sylar BKB there. Just trying to ensure push. He has no mana.
Maybe for the Battle Geniuses, though. Not afraid of forcing in some fights. Even they're going to go for the pick off on mid one and nail him to the floor.
Great play. They have a ward. They get the aggressive pick off, and mid one just being a little greedy to finish that BKB. But that buyback to go has left him pretty much a pauper. Still 100 gold to go, and they really want to be able to pick up that item before they threaten tier 2s further.
Don't just your pain. Like no Invoker and Aegis on it, it's not a great Aegis hero in the first place, right?
It's the Vendor combo though.
Oh yeah.
You're really only have the one hero of sieging in the Luna. Honestly, you know what it is? Is have a natural front line. All these heroes do high damage, but Luna Weaver, you're so susceptible to just a swap your stun that you don't feel confident frontlining for your team. And neither support's capable of that. You don't want to blow the silence on top of a swap. It's just a really rough position being. They need multiple heroes down if they want to push for objectives.
Critical levels for Secret as well in the fight. The reflection cooldown. Talked about how effective that is against the anyway. We're going to see here in the fight, and then also the level 20 for the Phoenix, meaning that egg, when it does explode, we manage to get the stun. 4.5 second stun.
And Phoenix, I feel like the games that Phoenix loses, it's usually just game ends early enough. But when you get to this stage of the game, you have a Shiva, the Fire Spirit DPS, as you said, the 4.25 BKB piercing egg stun. This hero's, how do you fight into him?
I mean, your BKBs go down to 5 seconds. Get hit by that stun. It's almost your full BKB there. But we should know Evil Geniuses does not fall off as hard as the previous one. They still have at least a scaling offlaner in S4 with this Weaver, so it's not just a Luna carry at least.
Yep. Exactly, and even though they're playing the Aegis, they're still accelerating their farm faster, just because the Invoker buyback on top of being behind. All three cores can shove lanes very effectively, and if we so desire. So they're not.
Crit's gotta get out of there. Gotta get in. He's butt with the Earth Spirit Boulder. He was trying to stay ahead of the swap, but instead, Yapzor, with the help of Nisha, will sure the kill. Melee Terrorblade is real terrifying if you put Alacrity on. It's still a lot of damage.
Indeed. And both these teams are in a position where one missed enemy without a buyback could just be the end of the game. Because it's not going to be about Raxes anymore, Cap. At this point, the first team to get a wipe is most likely going straight for the general.
Shiva's for CCNC trying to build to minimize physical damage that's coming out from that Terrorblade. Do you agree with build-up?
It was between that or AC. I think Assault Cuirass might be a bit better because no one on his team is really capable of buying one, but I'm never upset with Shivas in this kind of game because right now he needs to be able to survive Terrorblade turning to him. He can't just start hits, and I think it's acceptable, especially consider that since he already has the Ags, it's this spellcaster style Luna, and it also increases the value of the Refresher Orb, which is going to be a ways away. We're only on Roche number 2, which hasn't spawned yet.
You can see the destructive power of Terrorblade. Again, in melee form, beating down a tier 2 fast. S4, putting her in the top lane, forcing rotations. Got to make sure he doesn't get caught though. The Dual Scepter comes out. The follow-up stun near instant, but the BKB was activated first.
Very land that before the BKB is possible to come out. And yeah, it looks like CCNC also in for the Spell Lamp with stack damage at level 20. So he's just going for this pure magic, pure damage. I agree with when you consider Weaver, Luna, they're going to provide your physical damage. You need some way to punish the BKB timers getting low on Team Secret.
And again, that's 1,000 plus pure damage, so not the easiest to be able to play around these heroes.
There's the BKB picked up on mid one. He's ready to roll. Roach up in 2 to 5 minutes. Bounty runes are going to spawn, but as we usually see in these sorts of games, Radiant takes Dire takes the bottom. A draw.
The Lincolns for S4. We also have the MKB for the Luna. That is one of those items. Oh, yeah, that looks like that can happen. But how often is Arteezy really getting physical damage in on these heroes? Because so many times these team fights, he's too afraid of the Metamorphosis TB to get close.
It's not a game Luna, it feels like Luna can just man up, right?
Yeah.
It's just so difficult to fight into what Secret has. You can't really catch, you don't want to kill Venge. You don't want to get wrong.
Oh, nice pop of the Lincolns there into the swap. The instant stun, man.
Gorgeous.
Secret got this swaps, kill combos into a science.
Once again, he just bought an item, right? They know he might not have buyback. They're going to push here. 2 minutes dead on this Weaver.
Evil Geniuses will have to formulate a 4 versus 5 defense here. CCNC laying some damage into Nisha. Now going to have to heal as long as he doesn't die to the Sunstrike.
Oh.
The melee, you see it, now you don't. It's gone. Second tier 3. Now they do have a tier 2 at bottom lane, 2 Evil Geniuses. Maybe for crits actually going to Avalanche. They're going to try and blow them up. They actually bounce back the Laguna Blade, but it doesn't matter. They managed to bring down the Terror Blade, move forward with this Eclipse. They are going to be able to take Yapzor as well. That's going to be 2 supports down the turnaround. They're actually going to fight this one. They managed to get magic damage first onto the Luna. Mid one looks for more as CCNC wailing to the supports. Mid one is actually going to end the supports saying, we got the Luna kill. That's
well played by Ichi there. Secret caught napping a little bit. You can't let your Terror Blade die. We're going to watch this initiation. But once again, real quick, onto crit. Just kidding.
Now we're going to look out. Still going to go for crit. Yule Scepter.
He might be in trouble.
He has BKB. And he should just be able to TP out.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, TB was just positioned a little too offensively, and it's so difficult to target the swap onto a hero that gets tossed up into the air.
Yeah.
So he just gets 100 to 0, and that's the power of the CCNC Lina, the build.
Swap might have still been on cooldown from the offensive play that they used to be able to take out S4.
It's possible. If so, then that was still like the same era, right? Where you already have the 1 Rax. Weaver's down for, I mean, Weaver is still, they had plenty of time.
Yes.
This is the one downside of the 35 XP talent on level 10 Weaver is that when you get all the way up to 25, like every single death timer is so long. It's going to be essential S4 saves buyback for every upcoming team fight, and the next big clash is going to be around Roche.
All right, for the 4th time, Evil Geniuses are going to take this high ground. That Dane Ward, Sentry Ward combination. Last 2 times they've done this, though, they've been swapped back into a stun. Maybe that's why they smoke up. Looking for their initiation. They're going to run into Puppey here. That should be a free pickoff unless Secret are going to try and fight it. But the Vengeful Spirit is already dead, and Secret will give up hope for this team fight.
It's a nice play. Again, it all comes down to securing this triple camp and most that ward on the high ground. You'll always be able to find moves, and you can't de-ward this if you're Secret without regaining possession, but neither team wants to run uphill into a choke point against the opposing side's draft.
And it also is good ward to be able to see Roshan in interceptions, right?
Which spawns right now, but Arteezy gonna leave the pit. They don't know.
Maybe it's for the best because Secret are pushing in. They managed to get the initiation, the blink in, stun in onto CCNC, but Crit managed to intercept with the avalanche, so the BKB goes off on CCNC. They get away with the time lapse on S4 as well. Supernova down. Nisha managed to get the reflection down, picks up Laggerty, Cataclysm out. Crit almost dies to it, but he's going to be good for now. BKB activated by Arteezy. S4 is trying to get away from Nisha as well. They just need to be able to run out this Metamorphosis while getting the pickoffs on the supports. One of them has already bought back in. Puppey, the Earth Spirit, holds onto his for now.
Yeah, this is huge. EG is winning these fights because of their massive vision advantage. They still have the ward on the high ground. They still have a ward that sees the mid lane as well. You can't play this way if you're Secret. You need sentries down preemptively because you can't target the Weaver otherwise.
25% of this Metamorphosis left. Puppey desperate to force a fight while they still have that damage advantage. Can't really get into anybody. Can't get the swap down. Yeah. Evil Geniuses, they played that movement pretty well for that fight.
And I said Lina is building this way for the Refresher Shard, but he's actually just going to skip that, go for the Refresher Orb, and I love this decision because it's all about winning that initial fight. If you can kill the Terrorblade while he's meted, Secret's damage output disappears even if he buys back. And the only way EG is going to end this game is if they can do that to either get themselves base buildings or, more importantly and preferably, Luna and Aegis.
Oh, they know where mid-1 is. They managed to get the dust on him, but did not get the stun out. Looking at Roshan, Nisha actually positions himself for a reflection here. Managed to get the loot up at the same time. S4 spotted some heroes up there. Neither support gonna die just yet. S4 pushing Secret back. They're getting more and more control of this Roshan pit, but Supernova's coming up in 10 seconds.
Check out the dire vision. They have another cool ward that's not gonna get sentried that scouts out this entire movement from Team Secret. It's all about playing around the Roche. Bounty runes have spawned. Bottoms are still there. Top looks like Secret was able to control them, but at the same time, this is fine for EG. S4 is taking top wave. He's got that move speed Scoochie talent, so he can connect very quickly.
CCT gets caught once again by the blink boulder in. He pops the BKB, but it may be too late. He gets the Yule Scepter off to himself. Cataclysm set up. He's dead. A lot of damage already laid into Nisha, but he managed to get the Sunder onto Arteezy with the reflection as well. Arteezy, they've got to bail him out somehow. Crit is going to try and protect him as best as possible. The turnaround Eclipse, they're going to lay the damage into Nisha. Nisha pops another reflection. Arteezy tries to fight it, but no. He's dead now. Another toss up. They're going to be able to catch Crit. Buys backs. Rolling in for Evil Geniuses. They're going to TP in on Crit to lead things off. They cannot afford to give Roshan to Team Secret, who just want to fight without Metamorphosis.
Yeah, and that all goes down to the initiation. Lina cannot get caught out like that. CCNC gets caught napping, but again, look at it's because of the vision. He sees heroes on the hill, but he has no ability to see the opposing mid-hill. And all of a sudden, there's an Earth Spirit on top of him, and the TB just does so much damage.
Oh, Yapzor. Choose not to. Yapzor's going to try and roll back in. Kick out, going to be dodged. Yule Scepter up, LSA is going to land onto him. Arteezy is going to sick his Mantle Illusions onto Yapzor. He was looking to be able to get up into the hill, but S4 is going to block him, making sure he can't roll out. That's why the swap comes in. Puppey going to give up his life. Nisha fighting on the high ground, actually already killed him. CCNC is dead from a high ground advantage out from Nisha. Now the dive in. Zai looking to be able to force this fight, knowing that the Lina is dead. She is looking to be able to slow down some heroes, but just doesn't quite make it. But a meta popped, plenty of time for Secret to roll into that pit.
Man, CCNC just gets caught camera locked aggressively, doesn't notice, oh shit, there's a TB with Manta popped on the high ground. He dies in 3.4 seconds or so, and probably didn't even notice it until it was far too late.
And EG not even going to contest this Roshan.
This is huge for Secret. Goes without saying, but They're approaching critical mass here, but this is key for EG. Yes, Lina is dead, but if you can keep your racks alive, that bottom tower is still alive, which means that S4 cutting all the way down bottom, you can only go for throne here if you're secret. Yeah, maybe you collect a second racks, but realistically, that racks doesn't mean anything. You need megas or the throne if you want to really be able to push your advantage. And mid, Arteezy's caught.
They get the right pick off. Arteezy going to be forcing the BKB. That's all they want out of that. Nisha with his initiation. Look at this. A reflection into the side. That's going to be perfect. They're already laying so much damage. Force staff after force staff. Arteezy will be able to get back to the fountain. BKB was blown by Nisha as well, hoping to be able to catch Fly, but as the BKB fades, Crit managed to get the avalanche. Now the toss back. Is Nisha going to be caught here? Managed to get the Sunder down. They want to try and kill that Aegis for free, but because of the Sunder, Nisha keeps on playing aggressive. Now the Sun Strike on a Crit, gonna be soaked up by Arteezy as well. As for leading some damage onto Nisha as best he can. Arteezy will poke at him some as well. They just need to try and get bits of damage onto Nisha. Don't need to protect their second lane of racks. That is not do or die for EG.
Crit's force staff already paid off big twice, saving 2 allies. They can't afford to lose anyone, but as we said, there's no tier 2 bottom taken. So yes, Secret gets this 1 racks, but EG is perfectly fine with that sacrifice. They wanted to ensure that their Lina's 90+ second death timer didn't result in them losing the game. They're still in this, and bear in mind, TB can no longer buy any items. He is at peak damage output unless he goes for what's currently in his quick buy cap.
My goodness, Nisha. Thinking about a Divine Rapier.
I like it.
What about the level 25 talent as well?
Ideally, you'd get both, and I think you can. I think you go bottom, catch that wave, push, buy Rapier, and just say, look, this is our time to shine. Because if you don't win a fight with this Aegis, you're going to have a pretty much game reset for the next 7-10 minutes, and that gives all of EG's cores the ability to not just have buyback back, but also potentially pick up that next item.
They caught him. Mid one. He's almost dead. He managed to get the BKB. Trying to run away from physical damage is too much. The swap back from Puppy's going to be ineffective. Yaps are trying to roll in. They've already got the swarm on so many heroes, and S4, he's not dying just yet. Nisha's struggling to be able to lay damage into Arteezy, hoping to be able to slow down these heroes, but Evil Geniuses are all just getting out except for CCNC, who once again gets caught in the Yule Scepter, is going to be slowed down by the Scotty, will not escape. Another 90-second death timer for him, but it came at the cost of a 1-team fight for Evil Geniuses.
I think you're all right with that. And look at what Arteezy's got queued up in his quick buy, man. This is about to get exciting.
Divine Rapiers all around the level 25 talent. So this is what I was going to say. Do you consider, if you're going to go Divine Rapier, do you get the range?
I don't know,
We see it very rarely.
It's possible.
I mean, because it's also the fact that it's like, Sunder, how many times are you really using this in these team fights if the biggest threat to you is being blown up by this pure damage?
That's true.
He's going to hold on to it for now and see what happens.
You can make an argument for both, but hey, this is it. I like this move from Secret. Oh, here's the team fight as we saw. Mid one goes down right at the beginning, but you can't mess with Nisha, especially when he's popped the meta. All of EG has to get out. The only downside is they let CCNC die. If there was one person that they want to save, it is CCNC, just because he doesn't have that buyback. Everyone else will have theirs prepared.
His buyback does not come up for another 3 minutes.
And this is great. I like Secret had to start pushing early, and even though Invoker's still dead, now the wave is in a good position. They're gonna have 1 minute, 18 seconds and counting with this Aegis, and here we go, buy the Rapier.
Nisha.
There we go,
does
baby.
It now. The gigantic damage upgrade. If they take this lane of racks, that's megas.
1 minute to go, Cap. This is gonna be the game.
Lina coming up just now. Will they go high ground? Or will Secret wait for a mistake from Evil Geniuses? They still have that Aegis. 45. But if they lose this fight, if they lose this Divine Rapier, I mean, Arteezy has already telegraphed he would love to have a Divine Rapier. And if he doesn't have to buy one, even better.
Not to mention they have 2 sites of ice up already on Team Secret. One on Invoker, one on Phoenix. It's so difficult for EG to take this fight because anyone that gets CC'd next to Nisha's, it's like if he gets breathed on by Nisha, they might just go down. The Venge or the Alacrity, this guy.
Meta comes up right now. Now the Alacrity, and he gets the attack range. Look how far away he is pummeling this tower. As long as they have the vision,
oh my God,
they're going to be able to deal with this. How do you get outside of the base of your Evil Geniuses? He's going to be able to hit the racks from the low ground. They just need to be able to get the wave of terror vision every once in a while to start putting some damage in, but as the Aegis expires.
Now it's sketchy though, because you don't have Aegis, but you have a Rapier. Do you push here? This is tough. All the marbles. They want to get a little bit of high ground vision just so Nisha doesn't get blown up. They have to try and 100
Jump in, the initiation, they manage to get the avalanche. BKB goes down from Nisha, turns around, gets off the reflection with the Scythe of Ice, but the Force Staffs are going to be able to protect him. They need to be able to protect Nisha as best as possible. He's down to half HP, and he gets blown up. Boom goes the Dynamite, Terrorblade's dead. They're scrambling for the Divine Reaper as best they can. CCNC going to be hit by the Supernova as he comes down for the Gold Scepter, and he is dead as well. As for trying to lay some damage into another beautiful avalanche, locking down towards Team Secret. While Yapster tries to roll through, actually hits on S4, managed to get the silence. Puppey hiding away, managed to pop out. Hello, Fly, hits a magic missile stun, and S4, he dies as well.
Who's got the Rapier?
The Divine Rapier is back into the hands of Nisha, but no Metamorphosis.
I think you still go for this. Weaver does have buyback, though. Such discipline from EG. CCNC's is not up for 14 seconds. If they can just stall, keep Secret out of the base for another 10 seconds, they might be able to turn this fight around. You kill Nisha, EG's going to take this game and walk down mid.
But at the same time, if you buy back too late, you give up Mega Creeps, you may not be able to recover from that. They're going to buy back now from the Weaver. Lose their range racks.
This goes back, such a great decision from Secret to take down the bottom shrine before this engagement. It means there's no way for them to get pincered in this position. Plus, they have high ground wards all over the place, totally secure. EG cannot charge up this high ground, even though they use those buybacks. But CCNC, he's going to save his. Very conservative.
Look at that, Yapsor. He was he was balling into every single team. Fearless. Now the initiation comes in. BKB going to be activated. They're going to try and take out as quick as possible. Cataclysm takes him, but he does have the buyback. Nisha, he's going to be caught by the LSA. He has no BKB. He's taken out. The Divine Rapier on the deck, and Evil Geniuses. They look to be able to grab new heroes. Luna with the Divine Rapier. Yapster rolls in. One the meteor beam. And the Eclipse activated. They're looking to be able to chase down these heroes. Yapster tries to roll in. Hits S4. Beautiful tornado out from mid one to be able to retreat. Arteezy fighting. He's already dead. Straight gone. Yapster dead as well. Arteezy slowed down by the ice wall, will not be able to catch the extra heroes.
This is it. No buyback Yapsor. No buyback TB. They might not know that Yapsor doesn't have one if they don't have the timer, but still, 2 minutes now. You have a Luna Rapier, and here it comes, baby. The walk down mid. Give it another 60 seconds or so, but EG, you've got time. Think about your maneuvers. How are you going to take this upcoming engagement? I don't think you can lose a fight at this point if you do it fast.
Secret. What do they have to do here? Is it a backdoor? Is it mid one just running at these heroes, trying to delay them? How do they stop Evil Geniuses?
You don't have enough damage to threaten Throne. It's a difficult spot. If you're EG, you have the Rapier. Is that enough? Where you think you're ahead in this game now? Or do you think we need to win the game now? You can approach this two different ways, but at the end of the day, you either go for the win right now, or you wait, take a fight around third Roche. But by then, maybe Nisha's buyback is back. Maybe they get the Refresher Orb. You don't ever want to play against pressure, even if you have the
look at mid one. He's stuck around in this bottom, knowing that the creep wave is going to push in, and somebody tried to defend it, and it's Crit. Another Force Staff save from Crit. Once again, mid one cannot afford to be caught here. Forced to use his BKB out of fear of S4.
This is a great job by Secret, playing aggressively, just not to keep EG in their base, but look at the vision they have there. They want to continue to force EG to play in this space. And wow, fast Roche spawn.
That was a super fast spawn, and Arteezy knows that they can't just go down mid, not against this, tornado, the deafening blast. So he's instead going to try and get that big objective, get the extra life himself.
Oh, he finds Puppey's here.
Puppey, don't tell me he's going to steal this. He pops the BKB, trying to get away. Mid one's going to join him with a double damage alacrity. He does so much damage to the BKB, but a missed avalanche. Now the tornado trying to finish up himself. Cataclysm goes up. They swap the out of the pit. Aegis is picked up. They intercept the extra life for Arteezy. He may die twice here, that's why they popped the Supernova. Raining is a big one. Definitely push him outside the pit. The egg's done! It is over! Evil Genius is getting wiped away! Team Secret, they bounce back right with the moves, and ET are out of the ESL.
God damn, you called it, Cat. 4.25 seconds? What a play. What a play from Nisha. We were talking about him like he's the superstar. They don't even need him. They wipe each game. God damn, what a finish.
What a series of events. A double protected by Puppey, picked up by mid one. They go at really the perfect moment. And the swap out from Puppey. Think about so smart in that panic moment of, oh my god, we gotta get a Roche on. What does Puppey do? outside of the Roshan, just swap the carry out of there. Let's make sure he doesn't get
what
the
a game, and it's amazing. This crazy intensity. It's 60-something minutes into the game. So much pressure, and yet the little things Secret focuses on. Play around their vision. Pressure the bottom way that they don't get Arteezy walking down mid. And DD, the huge game changer. He gets the Roche, but he picks up the Aegis. He doesn't get that. He's just dead there in the pit. And yeah, the egg might go off, but there's no damage. Like, all three players had to make the right play for that outcome. And man, EG did hard and got so far. But in the end,
it didn't matter. And Team Secret, I mean, what better way to prove that they did to move on to day 2 of ESL 1 Hamburg by stomping EG in game 1 and then making the comeback in game 2. Team Secret have proved that every game they are the ones. Evil Geniuses, unbelievable finish to our very first day here at ESL 1 Hamburg.
And the panel doesn't think this is El Clasico.
EG versus Secret, it's got to be El Clasico soon. We're going to see what the panel has to say about that incredible game 2.
Absolutely. What a phenomenal game to end the night. Fantastic performance by both Secret and by Evil Geniuses to give us a real treat of a game. I don't even know where to start, gents, after that. Where do you want to start at the end and work backwards? Because I kind of feel like that's probably appropriate.
I mean, we're all coming up here like, oh, man, this game's over. We go march our way up there, and so there's another 20 minutes of us jumping around on the stage. You kind of forget all this stuff you prepped, and it's like, oh yeah, that's why we love, because that was so exciting to watch.
What a game.
I mean, was that rapier even necessary? It sure made the game a lot more exciting.
Of course it was. That's what added to the brilliance of the game. I mean, it changed hands, and then I think one picked it up, and then suddenly it ended up back. What? What is going on in here?
Especially when their Nisha dies with the rapier, and somehow it's like, we're like, Secret's winning the fight anyway. What the hell's going on right now? That was one of the most exciting games I've seen in quite a while.
Yeah, that's right up there. That's definitely one for the ages. Will, from a technical point of view, where did it go wrong for EG?
All right, so I think backstage, we sort of agreed that we felt like EG had the better draft, but Secret had the much better execution. Time and again, we saw that with some of these combos when they did the swap into the Earth Spirit stun. The execution errors in there had to be so minimal. You had to do it right every single time. They were able to find it. They found so many that weren't easy to find.
I mean, one on the weak link was like helped seal this entire game. You're talking about like a cold snap to Procket at the same time that you're getting a swap into an already moving boulder from Yapsor. That guy played it out of his mind. That was the best I've seen in a long time.
Just like, I want to talk about like every single player, but yeah, like the support play by Puppy and Yapsor in that game was just, the coordination was phenomenal. Like every single little thing play there. The illusions as well, the Venge illusions, just speechless.
Yeah, fantastic. And Crit and Fly on the other side.
And Crit and Fly, Crit was insane in this game.
He really was.
Made the early game so easy for his team. He was everywhere on the map. For a time, it just looked like they were going to run over because he had created so much space in this bottom lane.
Yeah. That was kind of the win condition that we were just like, yeah, it's all on Crit, you know? He kind of has to get things going. He needs to make sure there's a good game for CCNC to roam around and give Arteezy that free game he's been looking for. And Crit did that. But they had issues closing. Like, they had such a huge lead, it felt like. And then mid-1, he's stuck. He's just sitting on phase and drums. There's no way to dispel anything. Silence and targeted down by the silencer. But he was there again with the swaps and the saves, keeping him in the back line. And mid-1 just kind of clawed his way back into being an actual force in that one.
All right, well, we've been very lucky because we've been able to nab the captain of Team Secret, the man that makes all these things happen and magic happen behind the scenes. Let's see whether we can get some words from him straight after that victory. Puppy, welcome to the show. Firstly, congratulations. Just explain to me right now what's going through your mind and what you talked about right at the end of that second game. It must have been crazy in there.
Yeah, it was some Kappa Dota, honestly.
Yeah.
We didn't need to go Divine Rapier. We didn't need to lose all lanes, but you know, we ended up doing it and just played some Dota.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like you were having some fun in there, and I know you've had some issues with, you know, how much do you give away at this tournament, and do you show everything you've got, and maybe you want to hold something back, or just not reveal too much, and experiment, and was that part of the philosophy going into this one?
It's not really much about experiments, it's much about learning. So we put ourselves in tough spots in order to learn what to do actually in the future. So that's basically what we're doing here.
Okay.
And yeah, we're going for plays that work like 1% of the times. Like we killed the Weaver mid lane. We had to drop his Lincoln Sphere, swap him out, stun him, and then Hex. It's just insanely very hard to do against Silencer.
And yet we watched with glee at some of the plays that your team made.
Yeah, I mean, we played good.
You did. You
And
played very
later,
well.
not at the start. Don't look at the first 10, 15 minutes.
All right, okay. We'll just fix that in post. We'll just
Yeah.
only post the past, what,
Forget
last
about
10
that
minutes?
stuff.
Last 10 minutes, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay. We've got the gents alongside us. Folk, we'll start with you. What questions you got for Puppy?
Did Nisha ask permission?
For Rapier?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and you gave permission.
Yeah.
All right, I like it. I like it.
It's you know, I played with Forst. You know what I mean? Like the guy wants it, gotta give it.
I like it. Will?
At that end game when he lost it, did you think you guys had lost the game at that point?
No, I thought I was gonna pick it up and then actually win. sadly, my mid invoker just took it, invised out, and ran away.
Yeah, you got ditched pretty hard, but somehow you guys managed to win that fight. I thought it was kind of over. You know, Invoker's like running away with this rapier, and then the supports and Phoenix are just ditched here trying to fight. And somehow the fight's like still going by the time they actually hand the rapier back over.
I mean, they were very BKB dependent, and Weaver didn't actually scale that hard in order for us to be afraid of him. Overall, yeah, like we got a lot of Raxes on them, so you don't see some of this invisible pressure that's happening on their tower. Their Raxes might be falling, so somebody's always thinking of actually removing some creeps from the back lines while the fight is happening. So it's kind of very chaotic for them, and they can't really make a mistake. So, but we can, you know, we can because we're pressuring too much.
Good stuff. Thank you very much, gents. Thank you, Puppy. Congratulations on a good win, and we'll see you again tomorrow. The road to ESL 1 Hamburg continues for you.
Thank you.
It's Puppy, everyone. What a great captain, great team, and a great performance today as well. We've still got more to come. We're still breaking it down. Also, our partner in crime over at the Weatherman station is ready to give you his words of wisdom as well. Purge, it's all yours.
Hey guys, I know Puppy didn't want us to look at the start of the game, but EG did have an advantage for a stupid long period, so I wanted to look at the exact moments that happened. Now, they ended up doing a tri-lane versus tri-lane, and what happened as soon as they got to the lane is that Puppy ended up aggroing the enemy melee creeps. Now, the purpose of this is so that they end up collapsing on their range creep, and if that gets killed and denied, it gives them a level advantage, which is good. But what happened just a second ago is that as soon as that creep got below 50%, both of the EG players denied it immediately, and doing so gives them a little bit of an experience advantage. And then, unfortunately, when Nisha used his Metamorphosis and went for one right click on Arteezy, it pulled the other melee creep over, which meant a huge equilibrium change that happened here. Arteezy gets to pull his 3 creeps up, Nisha has to run back to the tower, and in the meantime, Crit is pressuring him. And what happens during that, when Arteezy pulls the creep wave back, sorry, one sec. As soon as he pulls it back, what he does is the same thing. He right clicks on one of the enemy heroes, pulls their melee creeps to his new ranged creep, and then denies that as soon as it gets below half HP. So that is exactly why they had that stupid lane advantage, because he kept the creep equilibrium far away from the enemy tower, and then eventually they hit a fast level 2, they get the first kill, and it looks like Terrorblade's playing support over here. He's just running around headless because he can't get any creeps because the equilibrium in that first wave got messed up. And this kill cascaded into the next one, and eventually Zai just had to go tank the lane because Terrorblade has to farm somewhere. He goes top, Zai comes bottom, and at that point Arteezy 6, and it's moments like these that just snowballed the game in a crazy amount. They Secret didn't get a gold advantage until like 40 minutes. It was just really good early game execution, but Secret played better.
Thanks very much, Purge. Yes, don't worry, Puppy, I'll edit that bit out. We'll send you the rest. It'll be fine. Fantastic performance right at the end. Also, MVP award. We're going to give this one to a mid-1. Haven't really spoken about him too much, gents, over the last few days, it seems, but he's put in really good performances every single game for them as well.
Yeah, especially toward the end there, right? Him getting that Aegis was pretty crucial.
Yep.
Him getting that Deafening Blast, of course, to push him away.
Saving the Rapier.
Saving the Rapier. Yeah, he definitely had some crucial moments.
I was not consulted. I would like to nominate Yapsor. I am offended. Production. Now, obviously, Mid-1 played a very good game as well. It's, I mean, MVPs, you know, you're still one person, but it's nice to...
Yeah, I mean, Will, you've been a big fan of awarding MVPs for moments that happen in game that make them the most valuable player. Surely that's Mid-1 in this game.
No, it was when Yapsor kicked his TV up into the high ground.
Oh, that was so good.
That was an incredible piece of play.
That allowed them to get the Roshan,
yeah.
and that's what allowed them to get the 2 Rex. So I will agree with Trent.
Okay, all right. I thought I was going to have to. I thought I was going to have to get a doctor for Trent that because he was just like, oh.
Yeah. I mean, you can kind of see it, and like how do you even get that done in such an insane game, right? Like that's the truly amazing part is that they're already starting to develop this chemistry, and he's like walking towards the cliff and not the ramp, and you're like, wait, what's going on here? just right up there.
Yeah. We've got our Play Faster moment by Vodafone, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed today by what we've got for you. The Play Faster moment by Vodafone is the Roshan fight from that last game. How else? What else could it be? Let's take this in once more.
Oh, he just walks in. Oh, just watch the beauty. Just bask in it right here.
Controls him long enough.
It's so lovely.
I thought he was like close to it because he's coming in here without a BKB as well, right, for mid one. So that's why this is so crazy.
It was a swap out that one.
And that's the first save, right? And
Yeah,
then
that's
it's just
the first
like,
one, and then there's a
we still
collection
need
of it
more.
to get it. Yeah.
It's also cool because the Cataclysm actually, the Roche still had a decent amount of HP. The Cataclysm ends up cleaning it up, allows mid one to pick it up, that perfect egg on the outside.
This is so close,
and
too.
then kaboom.
Yeah, and saved. Saved by the Phoenix inside as well.
Just
another game in Dota.
Just beautiful execution, honestly. That was such a treat to watch for all of us.
Yep, fantastic. Play Faster moment by Vodafone. Let's take a look at the schedule for day number 5 and day number 2 inside here in the arena. We've got 3 more games, 3 more series for you tomorrow, of course. Day number 5, we're going to complete the lower bracket towards the end. We'll start things off with Pain versus Asta. Very big game for Asta. They hadn't lost a game until their 10th game of the group stages and now find themselves in the lower bracket, as do Vici Gaming, as do Virtus Pro. They'll play off tomorrow. One of them will play off in the lower bracket. Obviously, one of them will advance through to the grand final, both in the upper bracket right now. And then those 2 pesky TBD teams, they're still in the tournament. I'm still going to try and get away with that joke as often as I can, but it's just not working. It's been a long day, gents.
It doesn't help when they never play.
Except that today it hasn't been a long day.
It's not.
But it feels like we've been treated to some really good Dota.
Probably because we ended with one of the best games I've seen.
But
in a
they've all
couple
ended
months.
2-0.
Fair, but that was a sick comeback.
It was a sick comeback. Highlights today, it has to be that last game, Will, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not even close. I mean, if you're EG, it's a rough way to lose, but at least you made it very, very entertaining.
Yeah.
I'll give an honorable mention to that Tavo Brewmaster too. Thought he played an excellent game. Very impressive. Like that's really stepping up on land, honestly.
Yep. What are you looking forward to tomorrow, Will?
I think the Team Aster series versus Pain, it should be really aggressive, exciting. I think that Pain is one of these teams that are picking up steam. We saw it at Birmingham, where all of a sudden this team came alive. They got 3rd at that tournament, right? Because they actually beat Fnatic in the 3rd place match. I felt like this team is coming alive at the right times, especially when they play in front of big crowds. So this is the match that I think will be the hypest.
Okay. What about you, Phil?
D-Stones.
Yeah?
That's it.
D-Stones
Just looking forward to
Invoker.
D-Stones. Let's go.
D-Stones Invoker tomorrow.
hell
for you.
yeah.
All right, Trent?
I can go with maybe some more Vici Gaming.
Some more Vici Virtus?
Yeah. See, like, I don't get to watch them ever.
VV action tomorrow?
Yeah, go with that.
All right, good stuff. Okay, thanks very much, gents. That is it from Hamburg once more for day number 4 here. It's been a terrific day inside the Barclaycard Arena. We've had some world-class Dota, and if you check out only one match this year, please go and watch Secret versus EG Game 2. You won't be disappointed. Thank you very much to everyone here. Thank you for turning up. We'll see you tomorrow for more Dota 2 action, and we'll leave you this evening with the moments that deliver from DHM.
Come and fly away with me. 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 Don't you be afraid, everything will change. You and I, jumping off the edge. They say dreamers never die. So come and fly, come and fly, come and fly away with me.
He will survive, and Evil Geniuses will take game 1 in style.
So he's going to be matched up against an act.
EG had the right idea, tri-laning at more points. So playing against a drone lineup, they didn't panic. Incredible game. I just don't know.
Complexity will exit here. ESL 1 Hamburg, and Evil Geniuses will move on with the 2-0.
That game number 1 was pretty one-sided.
Don't have much to adapt now, and you have no way of getting on top.
I'd be okay with it.
To be completely honest.
Backups there from Misery and pressure that Pain is so good at playing with to punish it. His top lane. King RD jumps in. Global Silence comes out. They can. This game is over. GG is called as Pain.
Storm would have been ideal. It's a real rough Ember game. There's some yeah, but
As HFN still off at the time to Shikuchi away. Collections down. I mean, HFN, he's trying.
excellent synergy. to the Brewmaster as well, because you can
That's would be the biggest problem, right?
Back in from Weehart, looking to get on top of Resolution. He'll hold back the Tinker with the Tornado. Just another. Oh, Weehart! Blinks in, gets the reach with the laser. And that is Resolution gone.
They're all talking about this Nature's Prophet, like, okay, well, they got just played so well for Painting.
Maybe we just kind of.
Back on the silence mid one. Quickly take his life. There goes the black hole as they try to get into the pit. A beautiful one by YapzOr. CCNT is already so low. Now he tries to run away, but the thirst charges just build up for the Blood Seeker. He's going to help run everybody down.
They would have been able to prove that, but Secret.
Now the Tornado looking to try and finish off Royce on himself. Cataclysm goes up. They swap the end of the pin. Aegis is picked up by mid-one. They intercept the extra line for RTZ. Mid-one, he may die twice here. That's why they pop the Supernova. Radiant Blast, that is a big one. Daphne Blast trying to push him outside of the pin. Back way up. Cataclysm is low. The X done. It is over. Evil Genius is getting washed inside the pin. 5 seconds.
Do we have here that we're feeding to our pro players?
We have all kinds here to keep the sugar levels always high from the players to have the best results.
What is this brown guy?
Coca-Cola. And yeah, here also.
That's a lot of Coca-Cola in here. What about the blue?
That's Smurf shit, I think.
Excuse me, some what now? One more time, what was it? Smurf shit? Okay, great. And you know what? What's your favorite one? Hook me up.
I like the frogs here, yeah, with marshmallow and I don't know what the...
All right, well, you know, I'm not going to ask too many questions. Let's share a frog one. Give me a frog. We'll do it together, my friend. There we go. All right? Down the hatch. All right, chilly. Ah, a real frog. That's pretty good. Have you ever done a, what we like to call a suicide before with the candy?
No.
That's where you eat one of each in your mouth the whole time. You want to try it? I don't care if you want to try it. We're going to do it. All right, give it one of each. One of each, bro. Put them in the box. Let's go. There you go. Dump that thing. There you go. All right, one of each, Candyman. Who's eating the most candy? Which pro player?
I haven't challenged anyone so far. I'm still waiting for them to come in here and then...
All right. Well, now you have a story. Now it's me, unsurprisingly, eating the most candy. All right, bro. That's great. You go for it. All right. Go ahead. All right, one of each. Hold on a moment. Hold my microphone, please.
Great job.
Well,